Exactly what kind of mission would this be?
A very dangerous mission. You'll be heading into the coastal fjord and into the mechanical plains.
I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen. Lily, stuff one of those yonkel spores in the cannon.
Got it! Golem's down, but is he out?
The Sonova Project. New episodes every other Friday. Find the Sonova Project, SANNOVA, on YouTube or your favorite podcatcher.
Hi, we're Chasm Quest. Come with us as we voyage across the Chasm Sea and into a heroic adventure into a new world. The quest is dangerous.
I want to ride that sword down his body, just split him in half.
Mysterious.
There's something about the new lens. There's nothing that can prepare us for what's to come.
And very, very rowdy.
We lick each other's nostrils.
Oh, God!
Listen to Chasm Quest, all one word, everywhere podcasts are streamed. Now, let's set sail.
Every hero strikes out on their adventure for a different reason.
To prove myself worthy of my mother's praise.
To write my own story and discover who I really am.
To prove to my family that I am more than they believe me to be.
To revive the god that has chosen me.
But when the fragile balance of the world is in jeopardy, and sinister forces move in the darkness, heroes will be tested, pushed to their limits and beyond, and it will be left to them to determine if they are up to the task. There is a darkness rising. Will they be able to overcome and do what must be done?
For my god.
For my story.
For my freedom.
For the world.
To restore the balance. Modified Rule, Season 2, The Chronicles of Erin. New season, new campaign, new story. A Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. Find us on all the usual podcasting apps.
Welcome aboard the Opal Star, an Esper Genesis 5e actual play podcast following an unlikely group of friends as they explore the universe.
To shine a light on hidden truths and expose the lies hidden in shadow.
To find your place among the stars and show the world what you're made of.
To discover who you were and decide who you want to be.
To solve mysteries near and far. And to get into no small amount of trouble along the way. The secret city. The atomic city. The city behind a fence. Oak Ridge goes by many names, and it is proof of what happens when man messes with things they do not understand. The side effects of mixing little understood science with ancient mysteries reach farther than anyone realizes in this small town. And those mysteries are about to come to a head. Tempest Multi is a Southern Gothic reality-twisting mystery powered by the apocalypse. Listeners beware, there be monsters here.
Exactly what kind of mission would this be?
A very dangerous mission. You'll be heading into the coastal fjord and into the mechanical plains.
I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen. Lily, stuff one of those yonkel spores in the cannon.
Got it! Golem's down, but is he out?
The Sonova Project. New episodes every other Friday. Find the Sonova Project, SANNOVA, on YouTube or your favorite podcatcher.
Hi, we're Chasm Quest. Come with us as we voyage across the Chasm Sea and into a heroic adventure into a new world. The quest is dangerous.
I want to ride that sword down his body, just split him in half.
Mysterious.
There's something about the new lens. There's nothing that can prepare us for what's to come.
And very, very rowdy.
We lick each other's nostrils. Oh God.
Listen to Chasm Quest, all one word, everywhere podcasts are streamed. Now, let's set sail.
Every hero strikes out on their adventure for a different reason.
To prove myself worthy of my mother's praise.
To write my own story and discover who I really am.
To prove to my family that I am more than they believe me to be.
To revive the god that has chosen me.
But when the fragile balance of the world is in jeopardy, and sinister forces move in the darkness, heroes will be tested, pushed to their limits and beyond, and it will be left to them to determine if they are up to the task. There is a darkness rising. Will they be able to overcome and do what must be done?
For my god.
For my story.
For my freedom.
For the world.
To restore the balance. Modified Rule, Season 2, The Chronicles of Erin. New season, new campaign, new story. A Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. Find us on all the usual podcasting apps.
Welcome aboard the Opal Star, an Esper Genesis 5e actual play podcast following an unlikely group of friends as they explore the universe.
To shine a light on hidden truths and expose the lies hidden in shadow.
To find your place among the stars and show the world what you're made of.
To discover who you were and decide who you want to be.
To solve mysteries near and far. And to get into no small amount of trouble along the way. The Secret City. The Atomic City. The city behind a fence. Oak Ridge goes by many names, and it is proof of what happens when man messes with things they do not understand. The side effects of mixing little understood science with ancient mysteries reach farther than anyone realizes in this small town. And those mysteries are about to come to a head. Tempest Multi is a Southern Gothic reality-twisting mystery powered by the apocalypse. Listeners beware, there be monsters here.
a straw hat. In each episode, we're gonna recap. It's Sailing All Blue with Xander and Matt. Sailing All Blue with Xander and Matt.
Are we here? Are we live? I hope. I think we are. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. We are excited to present the newest show here on Ballad of the Seven Dice, The Timeless Journey. A cute journey following three travelers into the wide world beyond. I will be your storyteller, the Great Emerald Dragon Xander. I will be giving voices to the world. As, you know, I'm the great dragon who's retelling this great adventure. But for the sake of narrative flair and world building, even though like we are playing a game, we're going to pretend that I'm a great, amazing green dragon. And we're going to retell this great, cute adventure full of mysteries, adventure, treasure, history, and probably like a flying whale. But before we meet our three mysterious travelers, we need to go over a few things about this show. As with other shows on Ballad 7, there are channel points you can redeem. We have these. We have new ones. Check them out. Click on the cool little squibbly icon. You might even have a chest for sitting here for 15 minutes. Claim those points. And we have so many. We're going to go over them. We have the options, which is labeled as options A, B, or C. And when prompted, you will see. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's so slow. You'll see pick your option, this great big banner above me. You'll see it on your screen and you will select either options A, B, or C, depending on what we ask. You'll see this most common with combat, as there are great items on the field that can be available for our cast to pick up and use during combat. These items will be always randomly picked, and you all get to help pick those. But for today, it'll most likely be y'all helping us pick which festival games to play. Some of the other ones are assists, which is the first one most likely listed. It is used when you think our travelers or one of our travelers' friends might need some help or assistance with something. And you can spam this as much as you want, but try not to keep spamming it throughout the game, as only so many assists can happen per show. And after a period of time, the invisible health meter kind of resets. So make sure to use them at the scene you want to give some help to. And the last one, my favorite, the greatest one of all, the Dragon Spell Redeem, which is at the highest of our cost, which all the other ones are 50 and the assist is 10. This is 1,000, so quite a lot. And what this does is it activates one of my great amazing abilities, which can drastically change what is happening in the game. Sometimes these changes are very slight and minor and can eventually be something grand. But no, there is no but. It's awesome. Now, let's head into the timeless journey and meet our three mysterious travelers as they all arrive into the city of travelers. Path. And welcome. Hi,
Hello
everybody. So, we are all in Path. How are you all doing? Before we truly begin, how is everybody today?
Doing good.
Yeah, super excited for this.
Yeah. You are still muted, I believe, Ian.
Ian.
Just finished the show and I'm over here like, let me forget everything about the last season I finished. I actually, not to make your job a little harder, Xander, I think my link for my thing that tracks what I am saying expired, so I will be sending you a new one.
New one?
Yeah, I think the link stopped working. It has a little red exclamation point, so now it's captioning like it's supposed to be. But yeah, no, I'm doing very well.
Very good. Let's go ahead and fix those captions. Let's make sure everything is working. And I'm sure yours will eventually come up. It's yellow. It always takes a good minute. But while we wait on that, welcome. We are playing The Timeless Journey. I hope you enjoyed my wonderful intro. I am once again your great Emerald Dragon, the coolest of the four of us. Obviously, that's a good joke. No, but we're gonna go ahead, jump in, and we're gonna start ourselves off at the harbor, specifically the Wind Harbor.
Xander.
Yes.
Our voices are doubling up.
Are they?
But not yours. Ours are. There's 2 audio inputs. We're getting chat live.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, chat. Hold on. How dare you, Obi? It's a feature. I'm so glad. What could it be though? Yes, but that's what I'm trying to figure out because there's only one input for y'all, and that's directly through Zoom. There's no desktop audio. That is very strange. Oh man, this is how you know this is a truly good indie show. Technical problems. So while we figure, can everybody hear them now? Like, is it fun or is it still doubling? We gotta know from chat. Because right now, y'all should be completely muted. So, I don't know if I'm just talking to myself right now. Or, it's muted. Okay, so then it's something with Zoom, I think.
Yeah, you're fine. It's just us, which is weird.
Yep. I've got headphones in.
I have headphones in as well.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let's make Zoom a mono channel.
Oh boy.
Let's see if that works.
See what, man? Oh, thank you, Jason, for telling me my voice is always fine. Thank you.
It's definitely an interface or input thing.
Okay, so then we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I just won't be able to have my own sound cues for myself. That's fine. We will go ahead and do this one. Can y'all say something real quick?
Something.
Testing.
Get ba.
Okay. So how is that for everybody before we truly begin?
Fixed.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, great.
Very
so
nice.
for whatever reason, the wonderful plugin for OBS that allows me just to capture Zoom directly, clearly is a little bit buggy. So we're gonna go off desktop audio.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It's gonna be great. I hope everybody is well leveled. I'm looking at everything, so I'm hoping it's all good and clean and not.
Yep.
And they're no longer robots. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Chat's
Okay.
given very good.
Thank you,
Very
chat.
good feedback.
Thank you so much, chat. And chat, because of you all, I will treat y'all with the wonderful map of path. I was gonna hide this from everyone, except for obviously the cast who has seen this. But y'all get to now see our wonderful little city. Look at it. It's so beautiful. And we're starting here in Wind Harbor. So, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to start off at the decks. There's so many people coming in and out, so many ships of varieties, from giant wooden galleons to a weird mushroom with like weird sea legs. I don't know what that means. I just know that these legs are walking on the water. So they have to be sea legs. But so many ships, so many people, and we have someone on the dock helping unload supplies from a prominent merchant ship. Who might that be?
That would probably be me.
That
Yes.
would be, yes.
Yeah. So it's a younger woman, kind of average height, pink hair, purple eyes, very flowy, colorful clothing that very much looks like it's well made, like what a merchant would wear. And she's kind of directing crew as they're offloading stuff. She seems to be in charge here on the pier, offloading stuff. Maybe not so much up on the boat, but down here she is. And nearby, she has two animals who are patiently waiting for her. One of them is a large sapphire-scaled riding lizard, and the other one is frog-like with dark green and black scales, almost deer-like antlers, and a giant snail shell on its back. And they're just sitting there waiting on the dock for her to be done.
Very good. And what? Let me think of how to phrase this question. So, for Amberel, why is she come the path? Why is she here?
Because it's time for her to prove herself that she is a worthy merchant and she can take over one of her family ships. Everybody's heard of the Curie family armada, merchant ships spread all across the Prismatic Sea. And she is the youngest member of the family, and it is her turn to prove that she can be a merchant. And that's why she's undertaking this journey.
We love to see it.
We love to see it. We love to see it. And coincidentally, on this same dock, a little bit further down, kind of at the bare end, this boat is kind of just barely fitting. Who is walking off of this boat full of people?
So yeah, you see kind of like a shock of whitish hair and suntan skin, soft gray blouse, little black sailor slacks. Everything's well worn, and they have a little flower in their hair that looks very well preserved. The main thing that kind of sticks out is they have a pretty heavy looking backpack, and they have certain muscle tone, mostly because they're carrying a large scuffed up wooden mallet. So further on, kind of pulling by a rope, is somewhere between, like a cross between a cat and a fish. Like it's got a fish head and a cat leg sort of situation. Lots of scales on the upper part of the body, and this is a fish mule. There should be a cat in the name, but right now it's just a fish mule. And Alba actually calls this fish mule Batilda. So with a rough yank, they are pulling Batilda off of the boat and making sure that all of their materials and everything are set up nicely, and that the guitar case, that they have two guitar cases, one for the hammer, one for the guitar, and that those are safe as well as they get off the boat completely.
Good. And I'm trying to think if you actually said it. I'm going to ask the same question.
Mm-hmm.
What is Alba doing here? Why are they at Path? What brings them here?
So Alba left their home island, Gondola, to visit Path and learn a bunch of stories, because Alba's family has a big book of tall tales that they maintain on Gondola, and everybody in Alba's family adds stories to it. Alba's not exactly excited to do this. It's more so like a family obligation type thing. And they were basically sent, hey, you have to take this job seriously, so we're going to send you to the bigger cities to actually get some new stories. And on a side sort of goal situation, Alba also wouldn't mind finding like this mysterious lost storyteller that was like a member of the family that like disappeared, because Alba has a stinking suspicion that they also shirked their responsibilities and is living it up. So we're going to figure out how they did that so that I can also do that.
Nice. Goal to become a rock star so you don't have to be a rock star.
Exactly.
All right. And so as you both are kind of getting off y'all's boats, kind of wrapping up what you're doing, y'all see the procession of robed figures coming around to all those who are proclaimed travelers and are being given like these flower necklaces with like a kind of like a talisman attached to them, just one after another. As they get closer, you get to see how these robes are designed. So from far away, they're like a nice bright blue. And as they get closer and closer, not only is this a bright blue, but these robes literally look like you're looking into a deep blue sky. It doesn't look like they're wearing cloth, though clearly given at the borders, the outline of them, I don't know how to describe it very well. You could tell that it's cloth because you get to see the movement of their outline, their figure. And so they come up to both of y'all and toss these flower talismans around y'all's necks, and greet y'all with just general pleasantries, welcoming y'all to Path and hoping y'all enjoy the festivals. And they inform y'all to keep on these talismans, as while you're wearing them, all like games and food in designated like festive areas, which is like the main streets, are all complimentary to travelers for the next 2 days, so today and tomorrow.
The businesswoman, I love free meals.
I'm really excited to have wandered into PathCon. I wonder who's doing Q&A.
And I wish I had a good joke, but I don't know anything that's currently going on at MegaCon, which is this weekend.
Oh, the nearest con for those of you in Florida, the Nightmare Land.
The Nightmare Land. So accurate. But while this wonderful perception happens all the way on the other side of town, I'll bring back up our wonderful, beautiful map. We have the Cherry Harbor, where we meet our final third mysterious traveler, who is departing off of a boat onto the dock. Mm-hmm. Who is this? Who is this traveler?
Yeah, so this traveler, the boat that they took here seems to be a little less equipped than a lot of the other boats, kind of making their way into the harbor, but it made it there nonetheless. And from this kind of rickety looking boat, you see a large, lustrous beetle with the colors of a jewel beetle, kind of ramble off the boat in a disorderly fashion, as if it's a little concussed even. And at top of it, there's a little figure comparably to this very large horned beetle, wearing a little hood and a long shawl in the shape of a turnip. And you can just barely see underneath the little hood some wisps of purplish hair, peppered and salted a little bit, and a big cheeky grin. And as they both stumble off of the boat together, Rutabaga, Grandma Rutabaga, plops down and consoles their beetle companion May and says, I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to be seasick, but we're here now. Calm. And she brushes off both herself and the sea mist off of the beetle.
And while you're seeing this, you see like a lot of people kind of parting ways from the sickly looking beetle, who's probably most likely fine, but they're like, we don't want to be in the splash zone. And as before, a procession of wonderful, not creepy, blue-robed individuals come and once again give everybody beautiful flower talismans to everybody, and informs you, Grandma Rutabaga, not to take these off, that they're for free food, free games, wonderful things. And as they leave you alone, tell us, why is Grandma Rutabaga in Path.
Yeah, so this actually isn't Rutabaga's first time in Path. It's very likely she has frequented here at least once or twice in her previous travels as an adventurer. So they have returned today because they decided that they didn't want to retire as an adventurer, much to the dismay of her family, who wants her to come home and put away the adventuring life. It's getting too dangerous for a wee old adventurer. And she decided that if she was going to put away adventuring, then they had to have at least one last adventure, the adventure for all the adventures, the best adventure. And on top of that, she's hoping to bring back some new plant life, some new flora and fauna to their family farm.
That's very good. Bring home who knows what kind of wondrous plants you'll find out on your journey to add to your farm. Make it very Stardew. Find something, pick it up, plop it in your farm.
Yeah, just
have a great time.
Stick it in the dirt.
Just stick it in the dirt. Watch it grow. It'll be beautiful. That's wonderful. All right, so you three are in Path, and you three are also coincidentally pen pals.
What?
What?
And y'all have, I believe y'all coordinated a spot to meet up. Do y'all go there immediately, or do y'all want to go do something else before you all meet up at y'all's designated wherever this meetup spot might be?
I think that I would be heading in that direction pretty quickly, but if I, bump into something along the way that catches my eye, I might peruse briefly.
Yeah, same, especially since a lot of the stuff seems to be free. But I would see Alba first on the pier.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, you two would be able to meet early and catch up. I would imagine y'all would have sent photos so that way y'all can easily identify each other.
Okay, yeah. So Alba, having sent a letter and gotten one in response, just kind of, normally Alba has the permanent kind of eyes mostly closed sort of look, but opens eyes just wide enough that like a little bit of light peeks in. It's like, oh, and they walk over, dragging Batilda behind them.
Alba, it's so great to finally meet you. And Amberel runs up and like goes for a hug, but then like pauses, like unsure.
Alba just kind of nods, like, yeah, that's fine. We'll do a hug.
She wraps a big hug around you, and then just as quickly pops off. I brought you one of the cupcakes I was talking about. And turns to Busk, her pack animal. I hesitate to call it a lizard or a frog, but it's the frog-like creature with the antlers and large shell. And she looks at Busk, and Busk drops its mouth open, and she sticks her arm in like all the way up to her shoulder and kind of feels around in there for a moment, and then pulls out a cupcake and hands it out to Alba.
Is it wet?
No, I mean it's moist. Most good cupcakes are moist, but it's
right,
it's not,
right. But like
it's not from Busk. Yeah, it's
it's not like it hasn't been hanging out inside of a tummy. Is I think the main. Yeah, Alba just kind of looks at it and goes, "I think you described it in a letter how Busk works. I don't think I was prepared for it mechanically in action." And they're just unwrapping the cupcake and just look around and very.
I guess if you've never seen anyone like him before, it can be pretty strange.
Just a tad, maybe.
It's really good.
Oh, I'm glad my mom's made it. Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, Busk carries like most of my stuff. There's a trunk in there. There's all sorts of gear. All of my camping gear is in there. Most of my clothing.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot a change of clothes. I'll have to get something later.
Oh, I'm sure we can find you something.
Yeah, I'll be fine. If it doesn't have sleeves, that'd be cool. I know my shirt now has sleeves, but I figure since I'm on vacation, sort of, this isn't vacation, this is work. But I like to think it's vacation.
It does kind of seem like vacation. I don't know. It's a mix of both, maybe. But we can look for something while we're on our way to the meeting place.
Yeah. Do you think they make? And I point at one of the weird robe fellas. You think they make those in not blue? You think they make those in like a yellow or a gold?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for magic fabric sales people. And turn to Batilda and just kind of give him a stink eye. And you're gonna follow along and not make a big fuss about having to walk on streets. I'm pulling Batilda's rope to get them to move.
They're a bit resistant at first, but they begrudgingly go, given that in the direction looks to be delicious food stalls.
Yeah. And given that Batilda has the head of a fish, it doesn't make noise. It just kind of just breathes.
Just goes.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable breathing from my pack animal. Like having asthma as a child.
Just having asthma as a child. That's.
I can make that joke. I had asthma as a child. It was ruinous.
I would imagine so. But yeah, y'all make your way down the pier and through the harbor, seeing all the various wonderful stalls and everyone just being just really festive, very cheerful. But I do want to describe what the dock area looks like, because the Wind Harbor is very beautiful, as all the buildings are decorated with clouds. Not only are they painted with clouds, but like all the plants are clouds. So like all the big bushes and trees, they're just made of clouds. Like what does it mean to be made of clouds? I don't know. It's fluffy and super soft. You could take a nap on this. It's comfy. Bushes, fluffy clouds, lamppost, little thunderstorms. Wonderful, beautiful little place.
Alba reaches out to one of the cloud bushes and tries to pick off a piece. How does that work?
Yeah, you're easily able to pluck out a little piece. It's really soft and stuff, and it kind of seems to regrow from like where you picked it from. So like you keep a piece, but like another piece kind of goes like, and like kind of pops back into place.
Amberel, tell me I shouldn't eat this.
I'm actually very curious myself.
Okay,
I think you should eat it.
I was gonna say you're really pulling my leg here. Oh, what does the cloud taste like?
You see a dude just full on sprinting in y'all's direction.
Oh God!
Just going, eat the clouds, eat the clouds. And he's running and he joins y'all in eating these clouds. He wasn't actually that far. He was only like a handful of feet, but he just dramatically full arm sprinted to y'all and starts eating the clouds. Like,
how about you're a trendsetter?
I guess so. Maybe I am cut out for this job.
Oh, you work here, bro?
No. Oh, I don't know what that means.
Well,
we're travelers. We're passing through. We just got here.
You see that there's not a lot of brain cells in this man. He's trying to catch up because he's just really confused at how you don't understand what working here means when you say you're good at this job. He's just you broke him. He's like,
but job where you're here and you're doing the cloud eating is how is
wow, but buddy
he just sadly eats the cloud, just contemplating.
I feel bad. I feel like I really took away his excitement.
He just goes he just looks and goes, fuck. I'm trying really hard not to do a certain voice, and like I keep feeling it.
It's bubbling up. You
bro. There we go.
We'll just have to use bro as my trigger word.
There we go.
So, bros, what made y'all want to eat cloud stuff? I mean, I've been living here for, and like,
Take your time, buddy. Take your time.
no, it's like, whoa, like, who would eat cloud stuff? Bro, like, it tastes like protein powder, man.
For y'all, it tastes actually very different. The clouds taste like whatever y'all kind of enjoy.
Oh,
Not like the
that's
best thing,
exciting.
but just like something like really like, oh, this is pleasantly like, oh, this is nice.
Oh, it's like cotton candy. All right. Alba just kind of blinks a couple times. I think I just have poor impulse control. And I tried to see if Amberel was going to stop me, and she didn't.
Looking around at this point,
He holds up a hand for a high five to Amberel.
She's in the background currently trying to pull Isco, her riding lizard, off of one of these bushes that it is just completely devouring. So you both turn and she's back there like pulling on his reins, trying to keep him off the bush.
Bro, that lizard's gonna get a stomach ache, man. You can't have that much protein.
What I'm worried about.
Go over and help. Try to take the riding lizard off, leaving the protein man to enjoy his clouds.
Oh, we should probably go to a less edible part of town. Otherwise,
Yeah,
my animals are gonna eat
this
everything.
feels like a massive, like, you know, like it could be really bad if like somebody just like takes a lamppost and takes it home to eat, you know, like for structure reasons.
Y'all start eventually actually wrangling this good lizard boy. That people are starting to like kind of pick up the clouds and like just snacking on them as they're like just casually walking by. They're like, oh, that's a nice little flower. Pulls off one of the cloud petals and just pops in their mouth and chews on it. You started a trend. Congratulations.
No one ever done this before. I bet the infrastructural funding is so high for this part of town.
Oh, I ruined this town.
You started a new trend.
I don't know if I like that I did that.
You paved a new trail. A new path of living, if you will.
I wave goodbye to protein, bro.
He gives you like the bro sign. I don't know what that is.
Oh, Alba knows it. Alba knows it because Alba hits the gym.
Alba hits the gym.
Yeah.
And y'all move on your way. And during that whole debacle, back in Cherry Harbor, which is not made out of cherries.
I was gonna say, is it also?
No,
We're gonna have
but
a
it
really
is
hard time with all
also
these literal names.
Yeah, but it's also aesthetically painted as well. All the paintings are painted pink, with depictions of blue cherry blossom trees all bundled in, flowing off the trees. And these painted murals are like all over these buildings. And when you're not like focusing on them, you're just kind of looking around. The murals almost play a trick on the eye, making your eye kind of think that the blue cherry blossoms are real and are actually falling and kind of floating about and around. But when you go like the focus clearly on one of these murals or like one of the buildings, they're just clearly painted images.
Yeah, so I think that Rutabaga doesn't realize this initially and is kind of awestruck by, you know, the floating cherry blossoms and goes to kind of like grab at them and then catches themselves and goes, no, you won't fool me. Pretty though, pretty.
And so, I'm so sorry. I need to collect myself because I'm just like, what was Jim Bro, man?
Just a pal.
He's
He's a pal. He's a good,
just a fun guy.
He's just a fun guy who saw someone finally eating a clown. He's like, oh man, an excuse to finally do this myself. You can't be the first. You can't be the no one. Not everyone can be a trendsetter.
Social constraints forever.
Really released his inhibitions to feel the clouds on his skin.
uh, but what is Grandma Rutabaga doing? Where are they off to one more time?
Yeah, so I think that she is heading towards the general direction of the meeting spot that we all agreed on. But is kind of walking slowly. This is very nostalgic for them because they haven't been here in a while. I imagine some things look a little bit different, but some things also look the same. So it's kind of like a trip down memory lane, but also towards a destination. So I imagine that May is maybe a beetle friend that Rutabaga had, not with her the last time that she visited. So I imagine that she's kind of talking with May and pointing towards certain landmarks around town and things like that, and like, I remember last time I was here, that tavern, the bar fights are off the chains.
And you say this, and similar to how you remember the last time, you see a handful of people get thrown, not through the door, not through the windows, not really even through the walls, but through the ground. But like imagine that in front of this building where the doors would be, you see a bunch of people like get blasted out, like debris is flying into the air, and you see let's see, which random character am I going to pick for this? Let's go roulette. All right, we're going. You see this young shortcut hair woman in a yellow hoodie just brazenly like bust through the door, cigarette like loosely in the side of the mouth, like, y'all think you can throw down here? Please, y'all ain't even good enough to go through the door. And you see her go in, and Grandma Rutabaga, you sworn that, like, you saw this. How long ago would you say was the last time you were in Path? Like a few decades?
At least, probably about 20 years, yeah.
And you see, that person seems really familiar, as if it might have been like the same person, but like that couldn't be. They haven't aged, and there's no way. It probably might be like a daughter, granddaughter, who knows? But it does feel a little odd. And as you're continuing to walk down these streets, pointing out all these things that you're like, I remember this and that, some of those things seem to reoccur. Not exactly to memory, but like things do seem like how they were the last time you visited. Like nothing has really changed. Outside, all of a sudden, you do see people kind of having weird like cloud stuff in bags, just kind of snacking on them. Man, trends really like go everywhere, don't they? Real fast. You say it just catches on the wind. But you head through, and you do for a brief. You know what? We're gonna roll something.
Oh.
Roll me Spirit plus Dex. This is a particular perception roll. So we're gonna go over this real quick for y'all and the audience. So there are skill checks. These skill checks, there are a few that are listed in the book. There are a lot that aren't. There's no particular perception skill in Ryuutama. But we do have wonderful dice that represent our strength, intelligence, dexterity, and spirit, willpower, or magic, however you want to define spirit. And so we're going to do like a few unique things with skill. So how Ryuutama works is you roll 2 of your stats together. So it could be like int plus int, or in this case, dex plus spirit. And we're going to be determining a specific kind of perception, which is, we'll call it like a sixth sense sort of passive persuasion, where you kind of, like how you feel someone kind of looking at you from like the corner of your eye, and you like quickly look because you get a feeling. It's kind of this, hence the spirit. and the dex to see if you actually catch the thing. And another kind of perception might be a typical like investigation kind of perception where you're like trying to look for stuff. That might be like an int, unless maybe you're trying to be sneaky, maybe an int dexterity, right? Where you're trying to be careful while looking through. But we'll go ahead and we'll roll that dex plus spirit.
Yeah, so I rolled a 9.
A 9. Perfect. Yeah, for a brief moment in this crowd of people, as there are so many people, so many travelers wearing their wonderfully beautiful flower necklaces. But like through the crowd of people, you for a very quick second believe you spotted a person that you know very well. They were a very good friend the last time you were here, and in fact, they own the location that y'all are heading to your meetup spot. But that can't be right. That was decades ago. There's no way this elderly man could still be around, or at least walking about all spry like. But in that brief moment you see him in the crowd, they're gone.
Interesting. I kind of are they heading in the direction of the bar that I'm meeting everyone at, or
You're unsure. So this is a very like crowded place. You're just probably now leaving the harbor area and kind of getting more into like the Spike's Market area, which will bring up the map to show everybody. Off this wonderful NPC. So you're probably now a bit into actually the dark park, which we could tell what the dark park looks like. It's one of my favorite areas. It is the largest district, as y'all can see on the beautiful map. Dark part, all this stuff in this like maroonish red, is just covered in this dark, vibrant foliage and like strange plants. Think like solar punk, but with like a gothic shoujo aesthetic.
Nice. Very nice.
But as far as determining which direction they're heading, you just kind of saw their face in the crowd for like just a brief moment. So you don't particularly know where they might have been heading, as there is a crowd, right? These streets are bustling and hustling. And there's a lot of like stalls and games and attractions going all about. But as you're walking, we're going to cycle back to Amberel and Alba.
Yeah, so you mentioned all the way over at Cherry Harbor, there were people with bags of
so fast.
Yeah, so fast. I have a feeling that's probably because of Amberel. Like, I think seeing this sudden demand, she is dashing into a shop, buying a bunch of bags, coming back out and like selling people these bags.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
To take all over the city.
Oh no, absolutely. You have like not only in the shop did you get like a bunch of bags of stuff, you got like one of those like carrying trays that you see at like baseball games that have like hot dogs and popcorn and drinks, and you're just like selling like these popcorn clouds. You just found a bush and you just stuffed a whole bunch of bags, and you're just casually walking around handing them off, making some money, or you can give it out for free given the festivities. That is up to you. But yeah, you are definitely getting these handed out, and that's when the two of you run into another person who also has a mobile stall, but it's not a stall per se. It's more like a roaming bar.
Oh, real quick, our levels are low. Not yours, just ours.
Oh,
according to chat. We are very quiet.
Oh, I can turn y'all up.
Nice.
Okay. Start saying things, everybody, so we can have chat come in and let us know. I might have accidentally
It's me,
used my
Alba.
scroll wheel.
1, 2, 3.
Slightly scratchy voice. I'm still kind of workshopping it.
That's all right. Grandma Rutabaga's voice is gonna fluctuate, I'm sure, plenty. In
Oh, I mean,
First
I was
game workshop,
fluctuating
you
with
know?
Jim Bro, man. Like
Jim Bro is more a vibe than like a specific voice, you know?
It's a vibe. It's not a voice, it's a vibe. I'm all for
Yeah,
it.
much like the economy of this town, it runs on vibes.
All right, it looks like
we're
good.
It looks like we're good. We're much better. I am so sorry for all these technical difficulties. But it's okay. We're learning. We're saving settings, taking screenshots. We're all good.
Make sure we remember it for next time.
But yes, you all see just a traveling bar. So like you see a long bar table that's kind of floating with like 4 like stool seats that are like floating alongside with it. They seem stable, right? When it moves, they move. They don't like really wiggle. You do see 2 people sitting on the bar stools, like drinking some drinks. There's like a full bar cabinet floating behind the person who's running this bar. But the 2 people in the stall like take their drinks, cheers to the person running the just moving stall. They get up and walk away, and they turn around, and Amberel, you see Kipelico Barn Hollows of Barn Hollows fame. And on the front of their little bar, you get to see what it's called. It's called the Wandering Bar. I know. Super good
That's
name.
Neat. I like that it floats.
Yeah,
Nope,
it
not
floats,
needed.
it moves.
Not needed at all. We should keep going.
Oh,
Tugging Alba along while glaring at
I
this.
allow myself to be pulled. Although I think normally this should not be a thing. Alba's very strong, but Alba does not seem too beholden to this floating bar. Do we know them? Do we not like them?
Just a bunch of merchant hacks.
Oh,
Amberel, is that you?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Oh, how's the family?
We're doing quite
Of
well.
course,
yes.
wonderful. I imagine so.
Hey,
my
don't interrupt
family.
my friend. Stop that. You interrupt my friend. Stop that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't introduce myself to you. I'm Kipelico. I'm Kipelico Barn Hollows of Barn Hollows fame. Okay, thank you. Anyways, Amberel, my family, we just expanded, and I get to be the one who goes and expands even further. They're all like, Kipelico, you need to go deep into the Emerald Sea and save the family. They were really insistent, and I just had to, I just had to leave, as much as I really didn't want to leave. But I have to do it for you understand, right, Amberel?
It is so unfortunate that you're having to go out on a journey to save the family because your fortunes have turned so low.
Oh, hey, I'm doing that.
They are stumped, and they kind of look a little mad. You see they're just like a little puffy, like, well, yeah, so what are you doing here, Amberel? What are you here to sightsee?
Oh no, I'm undertaking my journey, just like all of the Curies do. Yeah, we have surplus cash. We're buying more boats. We need more captains, so I'm out here to prove that I can do it.
More boats. I mean, my family, we've invested in such a better form of transportation. Have you heard of the Armamobile? Of course you have. Who hasn't heard of the wonderful powered machines run by armadillos?
Is that investment why the family's in trouble?
The family is not in trouble. No.
This is what you said. You said you were saving the family, and that's very noble of you.
Spiritually, I am saving spiritually.
Oh, they're having like a crisis of faith.
You know what? I have guests to serve.
Yeah, so
and it just leaves.
We should go. We'll keep you in our thoughts.
like, yeah, thoughts and prayer, yeah, and goes on and oh man, all those years of customer service.
Accomplished. Walking away from the situation.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
It was good.
I'm tugging at Amberel's sleeve, like,
and here I thought Kipelico would be the like, oh, character, but no, Armoril gets to do the laugh because they're winning the verbal fight. How dare you?
Yeah, that was our first combat, and you did great.
you won the first combat encounter.
Yeah. Yeah, you defeated our verbal mini boss.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, I pull at Amarel's sleeve, and I'm like, so you know that guy?
Oh yeah, it's just another merchant family. The Barn Hollows are always a thorn in our side, but
I don't like that. I don't like that he interrupted you. That was really rude.
Yeah, they're all like that for some reason.
Oh,
they
like
have
a
this
whole
kind of
family?
superiority complex. Yeah, and they merchant wise, they're not a big thorn in our side, but just showing up places and being all holier than thou, yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll be sure to. I was gonna like make a threat, but I don't really know. I don't know him well enough to do that.
I don't
so
think
I'm
we
just
should
gonna
make threats.
Okay.
But we don't like the Barn Hollows.
Yeah, I'll stick my tongue out whenever I see a Barn Hollow place.
I might join you in that.
I would love that. That would be fun.
That's very good. And so as y'all are continuing forward, you three all end up coincidentally at the same time. I don't know how that works. But y'all end up in front of the no think only drink bar and inn.
I think seeing Grandma Rutabaga, there's a bit of a squeal, and again, Amber will like run up and like halfway go into a hug, like
Grandma Rutabaga already has like dropped the various foliage that they collected from the forest, and it just drops on the ground, and they outstretch their arms like Amberel.
Hey, Grandma.
Hi, Alba. I reckon you're both behaving yourselves.
No, I mean, sort of. Yeah.
Did you see that strange cloud mishap?
Yeah, it's crazy. Who would eat those?
Yeah, it's whoever capitalized on that made some money. They were really smart.
Yeah, whoever ate them.
As you say,
they don't taste like cotton candy.
You say this while like holding the carrying thing with maybe like a handful left of bags full of cloud stuff. Man, who would have capitalized on this?
Glance away, and then I sell one off to the side to someone else, and then turn back.
I think that I see maybe, and I just go, oh, of course. So, how was your journey getting here?
That was good.
It was crowded. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yours was crowded? I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I came in on my family's boat, the Opportune. So I had my own room and all that, so it wasn't that difficult getting here.
Well, I'm not supposed to be here, so I phoned a friend for a favor, but I got here nonetheless.
We're very excited to have you here. We should go and get some food. They said the food is free.
That's true, they did. And
that's right.
I'm not allowed to eat the wall candy anymore for moral reasons.
I mean, everyone else is.
I know, but I feel bad about it. They probably worked really hard making those cloud walls, and I started eating them on a whim.
They grow back. It's fine.
It was a great business opportunity.
I'm just nervous that like there's sinister undertones to these clouds that I'm not aware of.
Oh, the clouds are the sinister undertones so far.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sinister undertones. I don't know what you're
compared
talking
to the
about.
weird time thing Granny Rutabaga is going through, but that just happens to everybody when you're that age.
As Alba's having their moment of possible regret, Amberel's selling off the last 2 bags of clam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as y'all are hanging around in the front, y'all see a very cool man come out.
Whoa.
Wow.
A very cool man with very cool sunglasses comes strolling out.
Could literally be anyone. I can't even tell.
It could be anyone. But Rutabaga recognizes them instantly as no, I'm about to say grandson, but not your grandson. The grandson of your friend who hasn't aged since the last time you've seen them. But they do look as cool as ever, though. What is their name?
Their name is
and I'm sorry to interrupt. So each of y'all, because we're gonna do this, we're gonna have redeem time, everybody. We're gonna have 3 options. So, Michaela, Anna, and Ian, please come up with a name for this cool dude.
Cool dude.
This cool dude.
I think I have one.
All right, and while y'all are figuring out those names, once again, to remind everybody, we have really cool redeems. We're going to be using the option redeem. So option A, B, and C. We will lay on which options are what, and then you can redeem those however many times you want. Whatever option gets the most redeems is the winner, the picker. So, do we have those names?
Yes.
Yeah, I got
I've
mine.
got one.
All right. Michaela, what is the first name?
Yeah, so it's Fins, but with a Z, because he's a cool dude.
Fins with a Z. and is it just pronounced like Fins, or is it like Fins?
Yeah,
you gotta hard
really
Z it.
Draw out the Z, and the glasses tilt a little bit when I said.
Okay, so we got option A is Fins with a Z. What is option B, Ian?
All right, I took the middle school approach of like a noun and then a thing you can see. So this cool guy is named Fanta Velcro.
Fanta?
Like Fanta, like the soda, Velcro?
Yeah.
Like the Velcro.
My name is Vanta Velcro. Yeah, no, that works. That's so good.
Yeah.
All right.
I was tempted to say Shasta, but Fanta will do.
Fanta. And Anna, what is this cool dude's name?
Going in a completely different direction. Joe.
Joe. All right.
Joe. I mean, they're all
Joe.
right.
All right. So I'm typing out the options in chat for everybody so we all know what they are. And I don't think this is going to space out properly, but we have option A, Fins with a Z. Option B, Fanta Velcro. And option C, Joe.
These are really good.
So, remember to vote, click on the cool little Dorvis dollars, the channel points, and redeem either option A, B, or C. They are 50 points. We got 1 for B, we got 1 for A, we got 2 for B, we got 2 for A. Oh, we're neck and neck. We're going to I already know which one I want to vote for. I'm not going to vote until the very end when I decide. Oh, we got 1 for C.
It's a tight
So
race.
we have we're tied, triple tie.
Wait, you can keep redeeming?
Yes, you can keep redeeming. There's no stop. Keep redeeming.
Wait, no.
You can do it as many times. It's why I did it. This is fun, chat.
Come back.
It's like a gotcha. If you roll enough, your options will happen.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to spend enough money that I get the specific anime gotcha girl I'm looking for.
Remember, roll for your gotcha girl name. Let's go.
I no, you should call it at some point because I have so many
Yeah.
saved up
Yeah,
from
yeah.
just
So,
doing my own show.
all right, we're gonna call it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Throw it in for my.
All right. So anything after where I typed end is not being counted. Okay. So it looks like. All right. B and C, and it looks like. And someone can double check for me because I'm mostly going off eyeballs, but it looks like B has a bit more.
God. Yeah, I have
I feel like we need a bias
$20.
ruling.
You gotta have like a limit at some point.
Nah, no limit, never limit. It's the fun of this. Just imagine when y'all need assist. Those are 10 points.
I actually really like Joe, and there's a ton of C's.
There is. I think C wins.
Joe's
you know
great,
what?
yeah.
I think C does win. Joe wins.
Joe wins.
Oh god, that was great.
All right, but don't worry, because we'll keep it internal for us four. We won't do this again for the barkeep owner because they also don't have a name, but we'll collectively agree on a name. But this was fun. I'm so glad. But Joe walks out and he like puts his arms up. He's just like, Ryuutama, and goes in for the big old hug.
And then Ryuutama kind of hunches down, goes, Joe Schmo.
Oh, these are great. These are very good.
They go for a hug and they're like, oh yeah, Joe Schmo. Oh, I haven't heard that in years. They go like, all right, are these your two friends? These your rad pals? Your pen pals.
Oh, you remember the pen pals?
Of course. I'm Joe Schmo.
Hey there, I'm Amberel.
Hi,
Amberel.
I'm Alba. What's up?
Alba, nice to meet y'all.
Oh, I really can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, which is kind of neat.
Oh, I'm never sarcastic.
Oh, I don't. That actually does nothing to help your case, but I appreciate the effort.
Like,
how do you two know each other?
Well, I've been around these parts a few times. I can't remember if I told you all in our correspondences. It's been a good 20 years since I've been here, though, now that I think of it. Joe, you haven't changed much.
he just like for all of y'all roll me int plus dex. All of y'all roll me a perception check. We're gonna do this. We're gonna
What was it? Int plus dex?
int plus dex.
Sure.
My highest and lowest stat.
Oh boy. And my lowest. I'm not the smartest, but my dex is okay. Okay, I got an 8.
8.
At 7.
Nice.
All right. What were the numbers one more time? I'm so sorry. So Amberel 7 is what I heard. Alba
8.
8. All right. And Ryuutama
8.
8. Okay. So you all accept Amberel, unfortunately. See it just for a moment. The kind of like blank stare just for like a fraction of a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden back to life. It's like, oh yeah, it's the skincare routine. But come on in. You have to meet Granddad. He's been waiting. And Joe Schmo coolly walks on in. Where the no think only drink bar and inn is not overly packed. Like it's a good crowd. Like it's a good vibe. It's real chill for such a busy place outside. Inside it's just like it feels like a normal Tuesday. And you see Joe go off. He waves y'all by as he has to go back to cooking. He's the chef of the place. But at the bar, you see also a really cool man, though way larger, arms the size of like kegs. Big burly man with a very cool glasses, but also I spun myself around, but also a very cool mustache. But they're working at the bar, serving the last few drinks, and the people at the bar get up and go over to their table. And the bar's cleaning, obviously, as any idle barkeep does. It's just cleaning an already clean glass. Just keeping hands busy. But y'all are now in the no think only drink.
Such a good name.
It's so good. It's very strong. Yes.
It's just as strong as the drinks.
Oh, that explains the name.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I think as we walk in, I tell everyone, I'm like, pace yourselves, okay?
How's the food here?
I don't remember.
I mean, I think I would rate our food radical out of extreme, as Joe says.
This place is great.
Thank you. Come, have a seat, you three. Rutabaga. Darling. How are you?
Oh, just running away from the family farm responsibilities to go on one last grand adventure.
It's always one last one.
No.
Oh, yes. Hopefully no time soon.
I'll set the beetle down and, pick the shovel up for good.
And who are these two wonderful people?
Yes, this is Amberel and Alba. They are the pen pals I had mentioned. We've become fast friends over many writing moons, and we've decided to meet and have our own grand adventure. Isn't that exciting?
Very. And said Amberel of the what was it? And he's like furrowing his brow. He's like massaging like the middle of his temple, trying to think of your family name, as something about your name is ringing a bell. But he seems to be having trouble with it.
Yeah, Emerald's like leaning forward, like it's on the tip of her tongue, like she wants to say it, but she also doesn't want to like interrupt him.
No.
And then after a moment, Kiri?
Ah, yes. I believe I've met. What is your great grandmother's name?
Oh, yeah, that was something we threw out in chat earlier.
Great grandmother? How old is this?
Isn't that a question?
Let's see. Fantasy name generator says.
Don't worry,
Bonnia.
this is just one small little thing. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry, what was it?
Fantasy name generator says Faunia.
Faunia. Faunia. Yes. Oh, what was her name? Faunia. Yes. Oh, I remember her.
Did you know?
Wonderful. Yes. Wonderful merchant helped me get this bar. Well, mostly the kegs in the bar, not the bar itself. It's always been. But how's she doing?
Everything else melts away from Amberel's just attention as she sits down in front of the bar, right in front of him, hands under her chin, just listening to whatever he will tell her about her great grandmother.
Oh yeah. Before we get in to tales, is there anything y'all want to do before some tales get spoken? I mean, we're gonna speed run the tale. I'm not gonna like actually come up with full epic tales of glory and adventure.
Life story.
Wow, what a cool grandma. I wish we could meet her. Oh,
this whole thing was just a framing device for the actual story.
Could you imagine?
And then we cut to the open seas.
Yeah.
We pull out our second character sheet.
We have Joe Senior.
The whole time.
Yeah, we have Joe Senior, Phonia, Grandma Rutabaga in their prime.
This is just a really altered game of masks. We tricked you all.
Oh gosh.
But the barkeep who has remained nameless so far, kind of talks, and y'all get a little carried away for the next like hour or so, as they just recantate tales of not only Phonia, but a few others, especially some maybe embarrassing drinking nights for Rutabaga, which is why they walked in and said, you need to pace yourselves. They know from experience.
They do, as they ask for their regular.
But the barkeep, who is now named Joe Senior, all right, I gotta write that down. Joe Senior gives y'all's room keys, let y'all know that they're all ready for you for whenever y'all need. There are 3 rooms. They're all next to each other. And he goes on to serve the other patrons in the bar. Nice. As it just seems to be Joe and Joe moving about the place.
How big is the inside of the bar?
It's pretty spacious. There's a stage off kind of on the side, so like a small little band or like a little theater troupe can like do performance. It's big enough for like kind of small performances.
Is it Beetle spacious?
Absolutely, it's Beetle spacious. It means it can fit a big beetle.
Oh goodness. Okay, yeah. So I think as we're retelling these stories and Grandma Rutabaga gets a few drinks in, she waddles outside. She's like, oh May, I can't let you get cold out here. And she brings her beetle inside the bar and asks for some sugar water for May.
Oh, they absolutely get sugar water.
It's not cold outside, is it?
It's a little chilly, right? Like it's
okay.
It's like it's a pleasant temperature, but probably for a beetle it's a little cold. It's a little chilly.
That's fair.
Yeah, and since there's like a whole bunch of like, gothic shoujo plants, like you'd have to imagine it has to be a little chilly, right?
That's true.
Yeah. But it is now toward kind of the later bit in the day, kind of like a late afternoon. How would y'all like to proceed with the rest of the day?
Sure. Alba is going to get up on the stage and take out one of the guitar cases and open it, and it's the hammer. And they shake their head and go no, and then close it, and they get the other one.
You hear one person in the background go, "Woo!"
Alba shoots like a very serious look. The eyes are still closed, but they shoot like a very serious look, like you don't want the hammer, not today.
Oh, they go back. They like lean back in their chair. Their friends are like laughing at them at their table.
Okay, so I just got into town. So I'm gonna tell a story about the frogs that flooded a valley. And yeah, that's it. And they just start playing, and it's the song itself is structured in such a way that it's very rhythmic, and it sort of like mimics like a plopping sound of like a bunch of frogs hopping, and then it starts to grow in crescendo until like Alba's yelling, and then the frogs flooded the valley, and then it cuts to like they finish up the song, and they put away the guitar. They leave the stage. Can I roll for that, or would you like to just leave it as is?
Absolutely.
All right.
What do you feel? What do you feel would you roll for that?
I mean,
Like,
I was going
what
to
if
roll
you're
my
choosing-
music, which is
Oh yeah,
my-
you have a music
'cause
ability. I
I'm
completely
a
forgot.
minstrel. That is
That's
my
right.
job. So I'm gonna roll Dex plus Spirit, which is a 6 and a 6, or a D6 and a D6. Ooh, that's not great. It's above a fumble, which is good, but it's not great. So I got a. So I got a 4. So not great.
You did perfectly well. Like everyone is enjoying it. You know, there's a few people who are like, this isn't my kind of tune, but you have a good number of people like kind of head banging. The one who was really enthusiastic about the hammer it seems to be your biggest fan.
Oh, that's good.
But as soon as you finish one song, like there's a handful of people that are just like, "Aw," like a little sad that like it was just the one song. But you don't get asked for an encore.
That's fine. It wasn't my best work.
I thought it was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
You did great. And was in the middle of the crowd headbanging with everyone else.
It's an old classic.
And as y'all are sitting there, you have Joe Schmojo, come walking up to y'all. They seem a little frantic. They're like, hold on. I gotta think of like how they would.
Too cool. You
be
gotta give them a
frantic.
second.
Yeah, they're so cool, and I have to like get into the cool, you know. Rutabaga, Alba, Amberel, I need your help. Gosh dang it. I need your help. Like, I don't know. I'm about to, I keep trying to go Jim Bro, and I'm like, no, wrong character. It's totally not a radical problem right now. Well, I mean, it is a radical problem, but not like a good radical. But like, it's so busy in here now, and we need to deliver.
Deliver what?
Hold on.
Exactly?
This is a bit of a tongue twister.
I was only gonna do one song. I'm sorry.
But Joe seems very panicked and stuff. As they say, it's very busy, and it wasn't that busy. But y'all look around, and there's, for whatever reason, there's a lot of people in here now. Did not seem to be that way a bit ago, but there's all of a sudden a huge crowd of people. He's like, we have the lunch of High Priest Count Dracula. God, why did I make this name? I'm not gonna do the voice for a second. He informs you that like he needs like that the lunch for High Priest Count Dracula Youngblood Count Demont.
My sibling in GMing, you chose the name.
I know. Why do I do this to myself? And he is asking y'all if y'all would do him a radical favor and deliver it.
Sure.
Well, what's in it for us?
Yes, we do have fees.
I need a change of clothes.
Hmm.
That'll be my reward. I've already decided.
Oh.
We got
Vega thought
clothes.
you meant.
No, I only brought the one outfit.
She's like, you went too hard on that solo.
They-
no, it was a pretty normal level of sweat for that solo. I just didn't bring any other clothes.
Joe Schmo just nods, goes, "Oh, we got radical clothes," and he
I don't
pulls
know.
out another pair of cool sunglasses and hands it to you.
That's not clothes. I can't wear this.
Well, we got more radical clothes.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you. I mean, I'll take them back.
No, it's okay. Here,
All right.
I'll put them on. It's fine.
Cool. But he just looks and goes, I don't know what I can like offer. Like, I guess we could call this a quest. And you hear
that's
Joe
cool.
Senior just kind of like perk up, go ooh, and then like kind of tucks down because they're like, oh, Joe's doing their first like quest thing. Like he like the granddad seems very like proud of Joe Schmo right now. So like I guess we can what's a good reward for like delivering an important lunch meal?
How much do you normally pay your delivery people?
Delivery people?
I thought that's what we were.
Well, I guess now. But like, oh, so we gotta do payroll now? Oh, that's so much paperwork, dudes. Like, oh, this is so much more. I just thought it's a quest, and then like, you just get things. I don't know. I guess you could just like take whatever you want from like the vault downstairs.
That's cool.
I think we can work with that.
Cool.
Like a mystery box.
Mystery. Oh, that's what I'm gonna call it. Get it out the big metal mystery box.
Yeah.
It's a walk-in mystery.
The walk-in mystery.
Oh, radical. All right, guys. So like, you just go to the cathedral, and you like, go up to like reception, and you go delivery,
Okay.
and that's like it.
That's it.
That sounds
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Though sometimes you get to walk to the office. I know. It's normally restricted, but granted, who wants to go in the office building? The cool part of the cathedral's like open. Anyways, I gotta serve. And he just like wheelies on out because he's wearing Heelys, of course, because he's cool. And he goes back to work serving drinks and stuff. But y'all are left with a small package with like little handles to deliver it to the Citadel.
Oh.
And that is where we are going to call it for today.
Oh, how pleasant.
Yeah, so next time we have a lunch to deliver. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do after that. There's a whole bunch of mini games and stuff. I was hoping we would have done that today, but it is getting close to our cutoff time at 9.
Yeah.
And I think the next stuff is going to be more than half an hour, so we're just going to cut a little bit early today. But we'll spend the next half hour just kind of chatting with chat with y'all, and kind of talk about whatever we feel comfortable talking about this session openly with everybody. So, thank you, chat and everybody. This was great. We're not signing out. I know I sound like I'm about to like turn off the stream. I'm not. I just wanted to thank y'all. This was so much fun. I'm so glad y'all had fun with redeeming the option channel points.
A great
time. Yeah.
Very good. Hopefully we can implement that more for next month, as this is a once a month show every third Thursday. But don't worry, you can always watch the VOD or the edited VOD that will come out a bit later than the normal VOD. I have to edit it. It takes time. Yeah, but
how'd y'all like this game? This first time out?
Yeah. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I liked getting to, of course, we've all talked about our characters a little bit together, but I loved getting to see everyone kind of delve into their characters and the role play itself. Also weird, spooky time stuff going on in a game called The Timeless Journey. Interesting, intriguing.
I
Picked up on that. Yeah.
I honestly didn't make that connection. Oh man, that's actually what it's, who knows if it's time stuff. Yeah, there's maybe a little few spooky things, I guess. Like you have weird robed people giving like weird necklaces with talismans on them. You got weird cloud plants people are eating for now. Like who started that trend? They're probably really cool though.
I don't know what you're talking about. That couldn't have been me.
And no, yeah, there's nothing really creepy. Right? You're just seeing people who just haven't seemed to have aged.
True.
That's okay. Like
they have very good skincare routines.
Yeah, they have really good skincare. Like they're just eating really good, you know?
Ruta needs to get on that.
Yeah. Like how old's like grandma Ruta, like 100 years, 200 years, you know? People can live like old age. It's a magical world, fantasy world. Anything's possible.
I mean, there's
she's
edible
at least
clouds.
over 50.
Horrible breathing fish monsters.
Oh my god.
Very good, but I am very excited for the next session. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Is there anything particular that y'all want to talk about?
We got some chat interaction of we all know the Xanderverse. There's creepy background radiation throughout.
throughout the Xanderverse, there's always that creepy background static. Trust me, it's fine. It's very good. It's so wholesome. It just might seem creepy. It's fine.
I'm really excited for more. I don't know if I misunderstood. Next time, are we starting at like show at 7 and we're meeting earlier, or is it?
Oh no. So no. So we normally are. Our show is from 7:30 to 9:30.
Oh. Okay.
We're just calling it a little early because I don't think we can get to another good stopping point in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I'm just making that call. But also I now know, because I know one thing I feel like I need to work on is actually being like, oh yeah, I need to know characters a bit better. Because I only was like, oh, base thing, didn't think too hard on them.
I do want to thank you. I had a lot of fun. Regrettably, I've started to build a headache as I've been going along. So
oh no,
oh
I
no,
can drink some water and take something for it.
Yeah, get hydrated.
Yeah, I've been drinking
myself
lots of
like
water today, but
I got myself like 2 liters of water next to me.
Yeah, I'm almost done with this one. Remember, kids, drink your water.
Drink your water. Stay hydrated.
What if I hit the dragon spell?
What
Would it still be wholesome?
Who knows?
Yeah, next session we all wake up in a wagon and there's a guy telling us, "Oh, you're finally awake."
Oh, you're finally awake. Well, welcome to Nordsland. I don't know Skyrim very well. I've only played it a handful of times, and all I know is that Stormcloaks, I guess, are cool.
They're
one
like
I always
racist.
pick.
They're like racist.
Yeah.
Then I guess they're not really cool. All I know is that
They're like
I pick them
fantasy
first
racist,
because
though.
I don't have to deal with being an imperial citizen, because that just seems
exactly. They're like fantasy
doesn't-
racists, and you have to pick between imperialist or fantasy racist, which neither is a great option. So I never do the Civil War quest line.
yeah. Don't you just decide to you just become dragon and rule over the land?
And see, Xander's already halfway there.
And
Xander's
you can't date the vampire lady voiced by Laura Bailey, and everybody is still upset about it. And they're right. They're right for that.
They're right for that. How dare we can't romance vampires? Did they learn nothing from Twilight?
I completely unrelated. I was a whole adult when I saw the last of the Twilight movies.
Yeah, same.
And that twist at the end absolutely rocked my socks. Like I was shaking, I was screaming at the TV. I was like, "Oh my god!" They got me good. If you haven't seen Twilight, just go in blind and be prepared for some weird stuff.
some really weird stuff, man. Twilight's a ride.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but chat, a question for y'all. How did y'all enjoy this stream? What did you think of the cool, wonderful visuals that I worked a little hard on? Not very hard, but a little
I
bit.
think they're very neat.
Oh, thank you.
Real nice.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the pick your option when we were picking options. I forgot my own rules.
That's okay.
That's all right.
It happens.
We'll remember for next
I'll say
time.
we got it. We got it next time. We've got we know about the audio. So we got that.
Get the audio fixed. We got
It's gonna be flawless.
Yes.
Next time it'll be flawless. We'll be smooth sailing next time.
I'm actually I very much enjoy the visuals. I like the I like
the
like,
chalkboard drawings
roulette.
were really good. Thank you.
I like the roulette of NPCs.
Oh gosh, the NPCs.
I'm sad we didn't get to spend more time with like the yellow hoodie girl that was like a bouncer. Like I wanted to know more about what her deal was.
Y'all still can. It's not like they're going anywhere. They're
That's
still around.
true.
Maybe they'll come play games with us.
Maybe they'll come play games. Maybe they might like, I don't know. I have nothing, and I don't want to like lead y'all to some kind of weird conclusion by like a one-off statement. I have to be careful of what I say. But yeah. But I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I'm glad chat enjoyed the visuals. I'm so glad that they were fun. Oh, thank you. The NPCs visuals I think are really fun. And I do want to show this off because I don't think I got to really. I can turn them like on and then I can kind of turn them off. And again I go darken. So like while y'all are talking and interacting with NPCs, and I just have to remember there's just so many hotkeys and things I have to keep track of. I can have it on while talking, turn it off, so it feels more like a visual novel.
Yeah.
It feels more like a JRPG.
It's very fun.
Very fun. I can't wait for us to do combat. It's gonna be really cute. I finally figured out how we're gonna do it. I figured it out. I solved the problem that I had.
Nice.
But I don't have anything particularly I want to say about today's stream out that hasn't already been said. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about, mention, anything y'all might be excited for? Anything y'all might be like, ooh, speculating, like give y'all's current like thoughts and ideas?
I was gonna say I alluded to it before, but I am. If anybody is in the Orlando area and going to MegaCon, I will be there Friday and Saturday, dressed as I guess buff leg Kirby because I have my own my legs are buff now and I'm making like a little Kirby situation. I don't know if that tracks well with the camera, but if it doesn't,
Kirby's doing their best, but
yeah,
we can see.
Yeah, see there I drew that.
Kirby's
I
doing
drew that with
great.
fabric paint.
It's so good.
I need to attach it
Very
to something, and I have like underneath my desk just a bunch of that like stuffed animal foam, which I keep thinking is my cat, and it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little thing together after this. And if you see me at MegaCon, come say hi.
I wish I could come to MegaCon.
I was gonna say,
but my
tell me
coworkers
where
told me
you
to take it
know me
off.
from.
I have to work.
Tell me where you know me from first, so I don't scream, "Who are you?" Get away from me. But I'll obviously, like, yeah, like come say hi.
Yeah, and speaking of like who we are and stuff, let's go from left to right. So we'll start with Anna, because we didn't do this in the beginning, and this was a little bit on purpose because I wanted to jump into cool intro and games.
Yeah.
But let's introduce ourselves, who we are, the things we work on, and all that stuff. So let's start with Anna.
Yeah, so I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. I work on a lot of things. Heading into May and June, I have more than 11 games, either ongoing or coming up. Yeah. So this Sunday you can find me in the premiere of Neon Revolution, our Thirsty Sword Lesbians game over on Weave the Tale.
Nice.
I am playing the daughter and heir of a notorious crime family, so it should be a lot of fun. Tuesday nights, or Monday night starting on the 30th, you can find me on Party Wipe Games playing Greetings from Republic City, our Avatar Legends actual play. I'll be playing a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe who saw action in the Water Tribe Civil War, has feelings about it, and has since left for Republic City. So we're going to be dealing with the Equalist storyline that kind of fell off to the side in later seasons of Korra, so that should be really interesting. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Black Feather Guild playing Champions of the Fae, our 5e Feywild campaign. We're just a bunch of Fae creatures with very few brain cells amongst the entire party. So there's a lot of Fae shenanigans and unorthodox fighting styles in that, so that's a lot of fun. I also play Masks monthly over on Thorny Dryad's channel on Sundays. And if sci-fi and podcast are more your thing, you can find me a Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines in a brewing conflict. If you don't know anything about Lancer, it's a kind of mud and lasers mech combat TTRPG. So we have sci-fi feels, narrative first combat, roleplay focused characters, and a lot of really great fun stories. We just hit 2K for downloads, so we're really excited about that. So come and see what all the excitement is about. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RTOmnicron. I have more, but that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to take up too much time.
No, that's awesome.
All right.
Got all the projects.
Yeah.
And Ian.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ian. You might recognize me as Weary in our other game, The Rise of Nyarlathotep. We just finished our second season to like record high numbers of viewers, and it was really exciting.
Woo! That's exciting. That's very good.
Was
I didn't know that.
My character centric episode because I had to go save everybody from their own nightmare afterlives. And my day job is that I'm an addictions therapist, which definitely didn't accidentally slip into therapy mode with a character that is known to be rude and have difficulty with other people. So it was a really fun contradiction of both of those things. But further, I'm in a couple other shows. I ran Mothership for our channel here. You can check out the VODs at Nostradamus Corp Gradient Descent. That is a sci-fi horror game. Xander is in it as a doctor. So was Michaela as a robot. And I think technically almost everybody survived in some way, shape, or form. So honestly, great job for that game because Mothership is notoriously brutal. But that one's already done. You can give it a watch if you'd like on the VODs for our channel. I'm also in Tempest Multi, which is through, I always forget your name, I'm sorry, Pseudonym Social. It is a Southern Gothic Horror Monster of the Week podcast. I play a spellcaster who taps into like his Puerto Rican heritage to cast magic. So I had a blast with that because that's my own heritage. He also doesn't know how to drive, which is kind of like me, but worse, because I drive okay, but I could drive worse. I'm also in something that's recording, so it's not currently being, sent out yet, but look out for Beyond the Crumbling Veil, which is a Call of Cthulhu game podcast that's going to be releasing eventually once we get a bunch of recordings down. But I'm playing a Freudian psychoanalyst. So once again, I return to the deep, deep well, which is my own understanding of being a therapist, except I get to do old school therapy that nobody really uses anymore. So that'll be a lot of fun. I believe that's all the main shows I'm in. Look out for me running more shows on this channel in the future. Hinty hint, there might be a poll that I did on Twitter related to what that's going to look like. And Mecha Battles happen to have won that poll. Something to think about. Perhaps check out Response Team Omicron to get a feel for the kinds of that game, maybe. No promises though, just something to look forward to. But yeah, that's all I got going on. I'm gonna be at a con tomorrow and on Saturday. I hope the headache goes away because I'm already gonna be like completely masked up and vaxxed and like staying like as best I can, but at the same time I'd rather not also nurse a headache while that's happening, so we'll see. To be on the lookout for our Marvel playtest coming up on Tuesday. That's not next Tuesday but the Tuesday after. And then after that, we'll be starting season 3 of Rise of Nyarlathotep, which will be including us playing as bird people aristocracy. So we'll see how that looks.
Very fun.
That's very good.
Oh, my pronouns are he, they. I just went through everything except my own identity. So here we are.
And Michaela.
Yeah, I'm Michaela. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me over on Twitter at metaphysical with 2 A's at the end. So CAAL. I'm often just retweeting a lot of artwork. I love pretty artwork and support for my fellow tabletop content creators. You can find me over there. Probably, memeing a lot too. There's definitely a little bit of memeing, so be prepared for that if you decide to follow me. I've been involved in a few various projects here on the Battle of the Seven Dice channel. So as Ian mentioned, I was in the Mothership campaign, which was very fun, where I was actually a robot chat. So my voice from earlier when we were all overlapping was not too far from the truth. And then outside of that, I've run a few one-shots and the like, and now I'm here doing this. And there is another project on the horizon that hopefully I'll have a little bit more information for you all for when we rejoin next month.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
It is very much your vibe.
It very much is. Like, as soon as I heard about it, I'm just like, yes, please, yes, let's go. Such a good idea. I can't wait for y'all to officially announce it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you all for joining us. This was fantastic. Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I?
You didn't.
No. You forgot.
It's a ruse. I get to do it twice. Not only am I the amazing emerald dragon of this grand tale, but I'm also just a dude who makes things. You can find all the things I do work on and actually release at my website, xanderdriley.com, where you can be linked to all like the cool projects I do, which one that if y'all enjoyed this, you might enjoy the other wholesome slice of life, a little creepy, I guess. Like there's those sinister undertones in that show apparently too. Called Heartbeat. It's a heartwarming fantasy. It's a beautiful, cute little heartwarming podcast. You can also check out my wonderful Sailing All Blue podcast, which is a One Piece podcast. If y'all know me, I love One Piece. If you haven't caught the 10 One Piece references in this current game, good on you. You should probably go watch One Piece and then you can be like, this show was even better than before.
My mind is still unsullied, but we shall see.
Join the One Piece crew. Join the Nakama. But if y'all want to see anything I work on or release, such as other streaming stuff, like where I mostly guest, like on Gradient Descent, as that was mentioned before, The Lost Tower of Ambrosia, which is another show that Ballad 7 hosted, or International Podcast Month. I have contributed for a few years on with them. They're great. Check them out. They're going to be doing this year in September, I believe. So get excited for that. But yeah, that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, whatever time zone you are. Have a great time zone, and yeah.
Thank you for
Bye.
popping in. It was very fun.
Oh boy.
In shadow.
To find your place among the stars and show the world what you're made of.
To discover who you were and decide who you want to be.
To solve mysteries near and far. And to get into no small amount of trouble along the way. The secret city. The atomic city. The city behind a fence. A bridge goes by many names, and it is proof of what happened.